welcome to the Daily Dragonfly. Here we are. Look at all that beautiful color. I love, love, love that shimmer. So I think I'm going to add some more shiny to my base and do a little intuitive painting here where we don't really have any type of idea in mind. We're just going to let this canvas, or in this case, this piece of acrylic covered watercolor paper, show me where to paint. Kind of talk to me. So what I love to do is I'm going to grab my filbert brush, which we talked about in a few other videos, but it is a hog's hair brush. And what that means, since it's not a synthetic, that it has these little things they call flags at the end, which, you know, if it was on our hair, we'd call them split ends, but that really takes more of the paint in and holds it and gives you, really keeps a nice amount of paint on that brush. Plus, the one thing about the hog's hair bristles is, if you know about hogs, they're super stiff, so they have a lot of body to them. And I like that when I use acrylics and do this kind of painting. So I'm just going to dip in a little water here. I do have some of those. I don't know if you remember when I took off the squeegee, I kept some of that yummy color. So look at all that groovy blue and swirly shiny stuff there. And I'm going to use that, and I'm just going to go in. I've also put some metallic silver on my palette here, and I'm just going to see how I dip that in a little paint. It's got a little bit of everything on it. And I'm just going to feel where that blue wants me to put it down. So I think I'm kind of feeling it right here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to kind of go around, follow some of these fun shapes, right? And just let what's already on the canvas dictate where I put the color. So this is really a fun thing to do. It's very meditative, it's very mindful. You don't have to think about any type of, image or idea or, what you're going to paint whatsoever. Composition, none of that. You just put the paint down where you feel like it and kind of follow some of the lines that are already there. I'm just going to go ahead and paint over that. I like the hot pink, but there's a lot of it on the canvas. So we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to do a light brush there. Kind of go over some of that. Let some of that, as you can see, shine through. But kind of make a little pretty shinier, darker background here. Leaving some of these really bright swirls down there at the bottom. All right, now I'm going to go into a little brighter blue. I think I kind of want to pull that up, travel right there. And like I said, I'm just going where I want to put some more fun color. Whatever feels right, I'm just following. I just kind of went around some of these shapes. And I'm just going to continue that process because I love what was happening up in here and just kind of bring it around. And we're going to go like that. It's got a lot of light blue there, so I'm just going to put some of that, put some more of that there. Kind of mix it into that color. The acrylics, you got to move a little fast, especially if you're using a very light wash of color, because it dries quick. Like I said, that's kind of the beauty of acrylics too, is you don't have to sit around and wait for a long time for them to dry. You have kind of that magical quality. All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to kind of finish that little circle there that started and just kind of bring that back up around, almost like a petal. I'm going to go and do it again because I like that shape there. And your painting will change as you work through it. Like right now, that petal shape's going into the background, which is just fine. And like I said, I like to use that crosshatch sort of painterly feel as we go in. And that adds a lot of interest and movement into the painting. Just see what you see what pops out, see what you want to follow, see where you want to put the paint next, and go with it. Just go for it. You get into more of that fun darker blue. Bring that back up. And just see what happens. Kind of digging what's going on right here, right now. And of course, you know, because my painting, I'm going to put some more of that magenta back in, but it's going to be darker now. It's not going to be quite as bright. So I'm putting that over. There we go. Some of those other colors. And just have fun. This is all about flow and just playing and experimenting, seeing what colors you like on top of other colors, creating some lightness and some darkness, some contrast, kind of dancing these colors around the canvas. So you have a real nice unifying, it's sort of what it does, it adds a nice rhythm and beat and gives a place for your eye to go. These kind of seed shapes, I'm really kind of, I don't know, feeling it on this canvas. So that's what we're going to do. These organic sort of round shapes here. Now that the fun thing to do too is if you're not seeing a lot or you're not getting a lot of that movement feelings, just start moving your canvas. You can pick it up and change the direction of your canvas. Sometimes by shifting the direction of your piece, it gives you a new perspective, right? On what you want to do there. That looks interesting. I like all those little bubbles at the bottom. Got a very organic feeling going on here. So I'm going to grab some more of this magenta and yellow sort of color here. Actually almost made it kind of orangey, so I'm going to get rid of that. I don't like, not that I don't like it, but I prefer a little purer tone on top of that. So we're going to go ahead and just clean out that brush. And just keep playing till I get what I want. All right. Got a lot of fun, pretty lime green here. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I think I like green and purple, so I'm going to put that right underneath there. Kind of let that flow over the purple and create a really kind of pretty, just a river of green. I'm just lightly painting that shade of green over here, letting that orange and the pinks and stuff show through. I think I'll dip it in a little white, get a little less, give my eye a place to rest since I've got a lot of color going on here. Kind of adds a nice break, right? Nice break in all the color. So this really turns into sort of an abstract painting. Or you may see an animal or something in your actual background you put down, and just go with it. Just add it in. You can see how by adding that little bit of white here, I'm just going to leave that little, I don't know, I kind of like that color, so I'm going to circle it. I'm just going to leave it popping out there. By doing that, I turn it into sort of a feature. Whoops, I kind of covered that up, but that's all right. That was just my brush control. And I'm going to do it again here. All right, we're going to get into more of that white paint, and we're going to kind of like this. I'm not going to paint over that, but I am going to make that more defined. Kind of going in there, going around. I'm going to go around that little circle I did again. There we go. And it's kind of giving my eye a place to rest, but yet still, it's almost like an amoeba, where you see it's swallowing all the little bits. There we are. I'm just going to keep doing this and keep playing for as long as I want. So really today's lesson is just about exploring color, dealing with contrast, letting things show through from underneath, right? Sometimes it's like a discovery in a painting, especially in an abstract painting. Different textures, little different details. It's like you're discovering a new landscape. Just keep playing with color, and this will be the wrap-up of today's Daily Dragonfly, and I will see you at the canvas.